Okay, I have a minute, and I think that I have everything put together. I'm running on about 1 hour of sleep, trying to do all the things I got to do in a day. So, forgive me if this took a while to put together. I was really busy in the middle of a few things the other day after my live. I think I was making dinner and whatnot. And I caught an email from someone that said, my email is being used, and I didn't get permission, something like that. And I reassured the person that in my community post, I redacted any information of their email that would reveal. And I thought that the email itself was important to show that Jolly was, derelict in his duty to protect the community. And I think that person said, so you didn't give Charlotte your emails? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? I didn't know. And that's all I knew, okay? So keep in mind, I'm very busy. So I'm in the middle of doing things back and forth. I have thousands of emails. I'm doing the best I can to keep up with everything and everybody. And I have to be really careful, because this is what happens if I don't spend absolute dedicated time to looking at and figuring out whatever. So that's all I know. That is all that has ever happened. So, I, did my stuff, as you guys can see from the timeline of when I was posting videos last night. I was working in my kitchen, spent, all the time making a year's worth of freezer salsa, everything else, getting all the things clean, doing my laundry, everything else that I need to do in a day, and so much more. Finally got time around, 1 or 2 a.m. to record the live not live, but to record the video I wanted to about when Morbid trolled Michelle. And I think my first salsa video was up by then, and then the second one I think I put up after. So that was all fine and everything, and then I needed to do some things, and the cats needed some things, and they were doing their cat ass cat things in the morning. So I tried to go to sleep about 5:30 in the morning, which is when I started seeing, I think, like 10 subscribers dropped. And somebody said right away, like, why'd you get snippy with Charlotte? A community post is public, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what the heck are you talking about, huh? I'm trying to go to sleep. I've been up for, 36 hours. I don't know, because I didn't sleep the night before either. I've got some, issues going on with pain and whatnot and allergies. So my sleep is not coming easily this week. But anyway, so then I looked into it. I was trying to find out what this person could be talking about. I was like, at first I thought it was just what were they talking about? And then I went over, and I went over to where Charlotte was sitting, and she was talking, and I just caught it. And she said that I made her she was apologizing for taking down a video, said that I made her do it, and it, and she had a bad day because she was taking care of the grandkids, and implied that then I had made her day hard. And then I saw that this one chick, Casey, she's been after me since my coverage of the Watts, and she's not a creator. And that's the thing, is that every single person in there that's going for me is not a creator. You don't know what it's like to be a creator. You don't know how hard it is to try to keep your family safe and not get doxxed. That is what I am doing. So if that makes me a false fraud because I'm trying to protect my family while also speaking out about the things that are wrong on this platform, well, okay. But I also stand on my own, and I've taken all of the hate myself. And then I got an email saying that, I need to take my channel down, blah, 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 blah. I'm a fraud, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw that, like I say, Casey's running this, and I saw people saying that, they knew that I was a fraud and whatnot, and that I embellished the truth and stuff like that. And it's like, I'd like to know what the hell they're talking about, because I think I've done a pretty good job of showing, the documents and stuff of where and what I'm sourcing without revealing who I am and what I do. I'm Wonder Woman just ha 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 ha. So anyway, I think that that's all it was. But then when I got to the bottom of it, when people started sending me what they thought was me, you can tell it's not me. It's from this chick, Tabby. She's emailed me several times. I've answered her, I think, once. I don't have a relationship with her. I don't have any mods, as anybody knows. I don't know how many hundreds of emails I answered last week, but hers was not significant in any way. I have not ever been in Jen's things, from what I can recall. I don't think I've ever been in any of those creators things. So if anybody has ever seen a Tabby, Tabby, in those chats and whatnot, and you assumed it's me, it is not me. I don't have time for that. I ain't got time for that. So then when I saw what maybe this was a thing, this tabby person said, take down the post, it's a friend's emails or something. And then another thing said, take down the post from Tabitha James' channel. I mean, it's pretty clear that this tabby person is not me if they're referring to the channel as Tabitha James. There are multiple speech you can tell it's not the way that I speak. It was written in all capitals. It's pretty rare that I do that. There's obvious spelling errors in the thing. I'm not perfect, but you know, I was a spelling bee champion in 5th grade. Y'all know that. So, you know, that it's pretty obvious that the thing was not me if it's referring to me and it's asking for something to be taken down on my thing. Now let's think about this. That community post includes Michelle's mugshot, along with my feelings and sentiments about Sheriff Jolly. Why on earth would I want that taken down? I would not ask for that to be taken down. I offer up voluntarily and go out of my way to take a courtroom film and everything, so that people who are covering KJ can have the B-roll without having to waste their money and come out here and see that there's nothing going on other than what I'm exactly reporting from the court things. And now people think I'm going for the church and stuff, and I'm not. I am reading what is going on in those lawsuits. So there might be a nugget of truth in this community at some point. I'm beginning to realize that that's a rare thing, and maybe it's not an appreciated thing based on some of the things I saw about me being said. So to sum it up, I don't appreciate this. I didn't need this. I have worked so hard to stay above and out of all of the drama. And I am continually being dragged into and talked about, and people allow me to be talked about, and I don't appreciate it. I don't allow that in my things. This weekend, the live had a few different angles going on, and I need to reach out to NJ Courts and talk to him about a couple of things so that I can know firsthand. I did that with in a couple other creators and whatnot. Even when when there's been anything, I will put the question that I have for the creator in their comments, as well as send them a personal email to the email that they have stated, and state that. So that then if I do talk about that creator, I can say, hey, I reached out to them and I didn't get anything back. So this is where I come from. This is how I think this. I would never ask anybody to take anything down. That is stupid. I have thanked Charlotte for everything that she's ever done for me. I thank her. So I would think that she would have known that that's my character and not the other one, especially since that tabby person is talking about me in third person. It's clear it wasn't me. So it isn't even a matter of I believe Tabby or I believe Charlotte. It's that somebody tried to do something based on whatever, and I don't have time for that. I am trying to stay on a straight path here. Now, I will tell you that true crime bitch, she came for me about a month ago and said that I was worse than that woman who faked her kidnapping in reporting Michelle, that I was wasting law enforcement resources in the same way that the girl had faked her kidnapping, because Michelle is entitled to all of the money that she has, and that she has not done anything of a criminal behavior to warrant me reporting her. She took things out of text in my thing where it said that, when I said I hadn't ever watched a full Michelle live, that, I depend on the clip channels because I think they do the true work. They are concise, and that their work is good enough to be held up in a court of law. I said that, and she took the one thing where it says, I don't think I've ever watched a full Michelle live, because I don't have time to sit there and spend 12 to 14 hours, pissing myself and doing everything. Yeah, come on. I have things to do. I have a house to keep, and I have kids to keep happy. Even though they're older, you just don't stop taking care of them when they're 18. It doesn't happen if you're mom, and I've got 6 kids. So, I'm doing the best I can, and I did not do this, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why people would be that fast to jump onto a conclusion. I thank Billy for coming to me and asking me why I got snippy, and I'm sorry that I was then in return snippy because I didn't know what you're talking about and I hadn't slept. I'm sorry, and I do thank you for being the first one that came to me as what should have been. And I have emailed Charlotte in the past, probably maybe a year ago when I saw her channel and stuff, and I told her I liked her and whatnot, and she's never emailed me back. I know that she's busy as well, and I think that one time at band camp, I had sold Charlotte in her comments that I had emailed her previously, and she said, oh, I'll look for them. So I don't know if my emails went to her spam or whatever, but my email I share often and regularly, to the point where now I'm paying for it, because my email is TabithaJane0@gmail.com. It always is, always has been. So Charlotte can check in her email to see if it's in the spam or whatnot if she wants to get a hold of me. I hold no ill will through Charlotte. I was just very, very upset at her saying that I had done that, and I didn't know where that was coming from, and now it all makes sense that it's just somebody trying to do something, and I would never ask for somebody to remove something, never. That's ridiculous. This is a public forum. Anything's under fair use. I use other people's comments, content, and I thank them, because oftentimes I get an idea and I don't have time to ask for permission. I ask for forgiveness. So thank you to all of you who have sent the kind things, and to those that told me I need to shut down my channel today. Fuck off. I'm not even close to quitting. So I've got a lot more people holding me up than I do pulling me down. And as long as I have that ratio and I stand in front, I will always stand in front and not expect anybody to take my hate. And in so doing, I've paid for it today, because I don't have mods sitting there protecting me and doing all of this stuff like a lot of creators do. I've stood alone and I've taken the hate, and it takes its toll. It's really hard. It's really hard to stand alone, but I've stood alone, and I thought that people saw that in me. So if anybody has any doubts, believe you me, that if I have a problem with somebody, I go straight to them, and I would always ask a question first. So I'm sure that Charlotte is aware of this now, and hopefully, she'll see that that wasn't even me. That was somebody asking for something on my behalf that I did not authorize, never would. Please share and share away Michelle's mugshot, and please share and share away what I said about Sheriff Jolly not doing his job. Please share and share away. Who knows? Maybe I'll print it off and put it in bathrooms all across the United States. I would want that post shared across everywhere. Let's look at who wouldn't want that shared, and then see if that's exactly where this is stemming from, because all I can see is that this doesn't make any sense, and people need to be really careful about jumping to conclusions, because that's not really fair. And unless you're a creator and know how bad it hurts, every single person that I looked that was talking smack about me, I look, and then they're not a creator. They've got, no subs, and they're not a creator. So unless, that's their secondary channel or whatnot, you don't know how bad it hurts to be hated every day and to be called a fraud because you don't want to reveal every aspect of your life, so that then your family can be subjected to the hate too. I'm trying to protect my children from going through what I go through. But I did wait until my minor children were 18 before I even started this channel, so that, I wouldn't have to deal with some of the stuff that comes along with doxing. So sorry that this is not in a quiet area, but I'm doing the best that I can. Thank you to all of you who have been kind, and I hope that this situation is rectified before I have to go if somebody's wrecked them. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.